Good morning, I'm Maria from the Richardson Simple Living. Today's Tuesday, so it's time for a vlog. And today I'm going to show you what Sian does for maths. We do a variety of books, well, say variety, they're all blue maths they're called, or maths blue, I can never remember, never get it right. But she does a variety of things each day with them. So I'll show you the books. I'm going to give you a flick through of the books and then I'll show you and tell you about anything additional that she may do. So we'll have a look. Right, I've got my little pile here to show you. We'll start with Mondays, what she does on the Mondays. She does times tables on the Mondays. Now these are all maths blue or blue maths, shall we check? Math Blue Publishing. I knew it was one way round or the other. So yeah, she starts on a Monday with doing times tables. They're in various formats. I do tick work. I don't know where all the ticks are. I do tick, well, not all the work, but I do tick the maths so we can go through things together that aren't right. I don't tick them wrong, we go through the wrong things. So just flicking through, there's like different formats of doing times tables, different ways, times tables, grids, just different ways of doing them. And then, well, say the normal format, that seems to be normal in schools. Can't see the one like I do them side by side. Let's have a look. So she's left up to there at the end of last term, ready to start again. As you can see, she has working out paper to work things out, because Sian does struggle with the maths and she gets stuck, even on simple things. So we get a bit of paper and work it out. I normally help her if she's stuck, but sometimes she just sails through them herself. It says ages 7 to 11, don't worry about that. We go with abilities, not age. I don't know how they work ages out because no two children are the same. So forget age, don't think nothing of what it says on the book. Just go with your child's abilities and work from there. So on Tuesday, we do multiplication. My math isn't working today. I've not long got up. We'll blame it on that. Multiplication division workbook. Again, you can see she's got working out paper in here. This is where she's got to. So you can see the format of them. I think we got a few times tables in here as well, as you can see. I think most of the B in the book was like that. Toward the end they start to change a bit. We do have answers at the back, by the way. Just people like me. But yeah, the answers are at the back. Sian never looks at the answers. I mean, as you can see from the working out paper, she does do it herself. I'm not sure if she knows the answers are at the back, actually. Mind you, once she's watched this vlog, she will know. But she doesn't look at them. But yeah, it's got times tables. Same doing different formats. This one's basically similar to the one we do on Monday, the times table ones. So yeah, actually I think me saying I don't tick any wrong, I've got a feeling I did there. Just saw one where I had ticked a wrong. Can't find it now. No, I don't know where it went. But as you can see, these are supposed to be like time tests, put your times and scores. We don't do anything like that. We don't use it for that purpose. Don't test Sian on anything. This is all for the purpose of her practicing doing simple maths to help her when she's older with the things that she'll need to know. I mean, all we do at the top is just put the date on it so we know what date we did what. On Wednesdays, it's 100 days of money, fractions and telling the time. This is a bit more of a mixed book. As you can see, we've got clocks in there. Now that's another thing Sian can't do. She can't look at a clock face and tell you what the time is, but she can do it from digital, which I'm glad she can do it from digital, or it means she's never going to know the time. But I do want her to learn the clock faces. I mean, I can't believe she's gone through school and nobody's picked up on that and helped her with that. We have had books at home, you know, where you put the it has the clock face and you write the hands into what they say and then you rub it out and start again, them type of books. She's done them, but she just doesn't seem to be able to grasp it at all. I'm often saying about the time, she has the time, so I'll look at the clock and say, oh look, it's such and such, you know, but hoping that eventually it will sort of sink in with her. But here we've got some fractions as well in this book. Now Sian doesn't really get on with fractions. She's okay with simplified fractions, but if they get a bit more than that, it gets complicated. And like with whole numbers, sometimes she can get a bit lost on them. We often turn to Google and YouTube. There's some good maths teachers on YouTube. But the thing is, the ones we found, they were on, I think they were just on during the pandemic when schools were closed, because they were like teachers who put things on and then vanished again. But if you look, they are there just to take you through the basics. But I do find though, that you can look at one site with one teacher who shows you and you think, oh, that's nice and easy. So you start doing it, your answers turn out to be wrong. You go to another site, Google another one, and they tell you a different way. And you're getting a couple of different ways of doing things, and one's often wrong, and we just can't work it out. So we just stick to what she can do, basic, what she needs to know. That's the most important thing to remember. And I have to keep telling myself this, is what she needs to know when she's older. When she goes to the shops, or, you know, whenever she needs to use anything, adding, taking away, working out her bills, you know, anything like that, what she needs when she's older is what we need to be concentrating on now. I mean, she can learn more maths later on in life. I could go and do it now, any one of us can. So you never say never, but although Sian's not interested in maths, so I can't see that ever happening. But you know what I mean? She doesn't, because she can't do it now, or maybe some children just aren't interested in what they're doing now. It doesn't mean to say they never will be. It doesn't mean to say at some point in life you can't go and learn these things. We're forever learning. You can go to college or take online courses any age of your life. You know, it shouldn't be so pressured when they're the ages they are now. Schools pressure them too much, and I think, like me, with having had a child in school, you tend to still feel that pressure, and it's learning to let go of it and relax. And this is what we've had to do with the maths. We've really had some struggles with the maths. We started off doing the Year 7 books, and I'm not a mathematician. I was never any good at maths. And no matter how much we Googled it, and none of us could get the hang of it. She hated it anyway. So it's not like she liked maths and simply couldn't do it and I couldn't help her, because we'd have got a maths tutor in then. But she just simply doesn't like it and she can't take to it. So the important thing is, which is why we've got all these books, is to learn the basics, what she needs to know when she's older. So anyway, go back to the books. As you can see, these are fractions. They're quite simple fractions, and they're like colouring fractions to help. So she's not so bad at things like that. Like I say, easy basic ones she's all right at. That's all. And simple things there, like what is half of 10. Now Sian would have to think about that. I mean, they've got the little dots there to help you. But she would have to think about it, because she'd get in a bit of a flurry over it, because she really does struggle with numbers. Words she's great with, but numbers she finds very difficult to deal with. As you can see, another working out sheet there. Just before we broke up for the summer break, she'd been doing money. And been ticking it for her. She's been getting on okay with that. It takes time. She does have to do it on a bit of paper. But hey ho, I used to go shopping and take a scrap of paper and add up what I was buying as I went along. That was so I didn't go over what budget I'd got. But I've seen plenty of people doing that, and with calculators in the supermarkets. So it's not something to worry about or be ashamed of, that's for sure. But yeah, she's been learning basic money because she doesn't understand money. She couldn't go in a shop. I couldn't send her in a shop with money and say, you know, here's your list, go and pay for it. But we are, however, going to start helping her with that and going into shops and monitoring her, getting her to use money. Although she says she don't want to spend her money to do it. She saves her money. But yeah, we've got simple things there where we're learning to break things down, deal with sections at a time to work out the cost of things. And the same there. So this is quite a good book really, because it covers the money, fractions and telling the time. So I quite like this book. It's a nice thick book, and it does cover the things that she needs to know. So I do like that book. Then on the Thursday we've got a fractions and decimals book. So just have a flick through, see what dividing tens and hundreds. There, that's as far as she'd got to last term, I think. So we've got fractions there that she's been doing. So she's been doing them okay. It's like she got so far at school, sort of like year 3 to 4-ish, and that's from year 4 she got stuck from there. She couldn't do beyond there. But like I say, it's the basics that count. They're like decimal points. She was okay with them actually. Once she got into the rhythm of doing them, she was fine, which I do find with Sian. When she gets into the rhythm of it, as long as it's not too complicated a number, she's fine. So we're going to be starting by dividing tens and hundreds next week when school restarts. And again, the answers in the back, they are with all of them. We've got compare each pair of decimal numbers using those symbols. Now I didn't know what those symbols were. Sian actually told me. So she had remembered doing that. They told it her in a rhyme at school, and I think that's how she remembered. So she did know how to do them, which was quite good. Though I'm not sure what she'll do with them when she is older, but it's in the book. Then rounding to the nearest whole number. That's something I do all the time when I'm buying things. I always round up to the nearest whole number. This is what I'm always saying to her. I always say, don't worry about the small pence, round everything up to the nearest whole number, the higher one. I always tell her that. I said, then you're always sure to have enough money on you. So yeah, I mean, there at the beginning, see the coloured in ones, they're quite good, she can do them. So they're simple books, but basic, and she gets on with them and she can progress through them nicely. Again, which one's this? Addition and subtraction. This is a simple one. Friday she does this. But even though, like I say, it's a simple one, for Sian, who struggles with numbers, it does boggle her a bit. As you can see, look at all this working out she's been doing on scrap paper. So it's like she'll get them in that format and transfer them to this sort of format so she can work it out. So yeah, it's more or less all the same. That is just addition and subtraction. I've got some puzzles at the back for filling the missing numbers. Counting up, counting down. I dropped the page and I was going to show you what was on the next page. Trying to catch the light a bit today. I'm not quite sure where the light is. It's the trouble with dull days, so hoping you're seeing okay. Puzzles and challenges, secret trails. Can you find the path to get from the starting number to the end number? So that's something we'll have to work out. But like I say, we work things out together, and once she gets started and gets the idea, she's fine. some bigger additions and subtractions. So yeah, basically this book is just all additions, subtractions from rows of it, which is quite good doing rows like that, because when you're working out bills and stuff like that, you tend to write them all down in rows and add them all up. Yeah. Although I think nowadays a lot of people do them, sort of have it all on computer, and they have all these like spreadsheet things with everything on, all the household bills, and it does it for them what they want. But we do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, so that's all the books. They're the 5 books: addition and subtraction, fractions, decimals, money, fractions and telling the time, multiplication, division workbook, and times tables. So they're the 5 books. We do one each day. We do 10 minutes each morning just to go through it all with her, just to help her so she can grasp the basics. Now in between that, we will do other things. We do download work from Twinkle, take them out of the way. So we've done things like this. I'm looking at last year's book now. Like mosaics, where you can see simple additions. We've had some with times tables and subtractions, all different ones. Just print them off in Twinkle, and then let's tell you, oh, down here, look, tells you like your answer, whatever it falls in between is that colour, so then you colour it in. She enjoys doing that. Sometimes it's just nice for her to sit and do that, and she enjoys doing it, and it relaxes her brain a bit and doesn't bog her down, but it still has her thinking. And there's another one on the other side. What are they? Oh, they're additions. They're just simple ones, but we just do them sometimes from time to time. And here is another one with subtractions. And also we do these mosaic ones. As you can see, I put you up close. Now they were a bit, I had to tell her to watch, because some were times and some were dividing into, so she had to stop and think about that. It took her a bit long to think about that, but it's quite nice because she likes the end picture and she enjoys colouring, so it's quite a good way of doing maths. Again, like I said before, don't worry about ages. Some people look at that and go, oh, that's a bit babyish, but you know, I sit and do that, and I'm 58. So don't worry about ages. It's what your child enjoys doing and what helps them think, because it does. They're just adding up simple figures. You know, it helps them think and start to get it off the top of their head. So yeah, another thing I download from Twinkle as well, and we do these every so often, we go over them, is Ultimate Times Table Challenge. Now we don't do challenges, we don't use it as a challenge. Like I said, we don't do tests and challenges, things like that. But it is all mixed times tables, and it's quite a good size sheet full of them all mixed up. So we just print these off from time to time, and she just does them every so often. We'll have a week where we'll go just solely times tables, just to get her used to it all, really, you know, thinking about it. And so it is working. She is starting to think things. Ooh, Sparkle, come down. Get down, shoo. She's starting to think things quite quickly, and will say numbers and such like. Come on, you, down. Yeah, so like I was saying before, the cat interrupted. Sian is starting to think a bit quicker. I have noticed a difference since we've been doing all these simple maths. That, I mean, she's more confident with the numbers that she's doing, and she is thinking things through a bit quicker. I mean, she does work it out on the sheet still, which I think is good, really, because again, that's helping her to think when she's working it out. So yeah, I'm quite happy with them maths. We're sticking to them maths for this year. I can't ever see her wanting to progress anymore with maths, but obviously if she does, if she suddenly becomes really interested in numbers and is able to deal with them, then obviously we'll go up and we'll do higher things, more things. But at the moment she says, I hate maths. Even now, just doing the book, sometimes I go, oh, maths. But I do insist we do 10 minutes each day. I think it's important just to do 10 minutes of just simple maths each day. It's good for her and it's what she'll need when she's older. So yeah, that's the maths. Now, today's Tuesday, next time I'll see you will be Friday. I'm hoping we've got a trip on Friday. I just got to check something out first. Because we took people with us on the trip and I'm not sure whether they'll want them to be shown. So we shall see. If we don't, if I can't do that, then we'll find something else to do, I'm sure. There's always plenty. Something always going on in this house. So yeah, hopefully they will show you a trip, because we've been on some educational trips, and hopefully we'll show them some visits. And then next Tuesday, then we'll perhaps bring you another review of one of the books. I don't know which yet. We'll have a look and see what we can give you a quick flick through of and chat about and review what we've done and what we're hoping to do. So we'll see. But anyway, all being well, I'll be able to bring you a trip on Friday. I lose track of what day it is, especially with it being the bank holiday yesterday. I think it's Monday today when it's not. It confuses you, throws you out. So yeah, anyway, until Friday, take care everybody, and I'll see you then. Bye.